Now to Brazil, where Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva will be sworn into office on Sunday, 20 years after he previously led the country. Mr da Silva narrowly beat his far-right predecessor, Jair Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro has decided to leave the country for Florida, abandoning his final official duty, which is to hand over the presidential sash to his successor at the ceremony. Let's talk now to our correspondent in Brazil, Katie Watson. Katie, this is, there's no other way of putting it, an extraordinary comeback.
Absolutely, 20 years on, and certainly people here are celebrating. It is part Glastonbury, part political ceremony that we'll see that should start in about an hour. But at the moment, there are hundreds of thousands of people who are queuing up, attending a concert that's been put on. That concert will be stopped for the official ceremony, and then it will continue later for the party. But, I mean, people here have come from all across Brazil to celebrate Lula returning to power. Of course, you have to remember this is a deeply divided country. There are plenty of people who are very angry, of course, he is now back in power. But coming here, you'd never guess. It's a sea of red, just the colours of his party. People have been queuing from very early on just to be able to get to the inauguration and to enjoy the musicians and singers who'd been invited to take part in today.
Have we heard at all from Mr Bolsonaro since he left for Florida?
No, so he jetted off to Florida. I mean, he has not conceded defeat, so we weren't expecting him to take this graciously, I guess. He's meant to be handing over the sash to Lula. He won't be doing that. His vice did speak on national TV overnight, and he said, people are cheering Lula here now. But he was saying that, you know, he actually criticised Bolsonaro, saying that the silence of leaders leads to chaos, and, you know, a direct dig at the soon-to-be ex-president. But he did say that, yes, there will be a new government, but democracy will remain. I think that's very important. There was a lot of concern here with such a divided country, exactly what would happen with the handover. Would Bolsonaro supporters concede? Would they accept defeat? It's been a very difficult time here in Brazil, but certainly it looks like this inauguration so far is going smoothly.
As you say, there are a lot of bitterness and a lot of history here, not least the fact that President da Silva at one point was in prison having been convicted of corruption charges, and obviously the court subsequently intervened on that. But I wonder, the other big news out of Brazil, some would say it's even bigger news, has been the death of Pelé. Has that, to a certain extent, do you think, helped to bring people together in a small way? You say the country was so divided by this very, very corrosive politics and a very combative election.
Well, I think it's overtaken events because, of course, his funeral, his wake will start tomorrow, and the funeral will be on Tuesday. He was a footballer who very much united this country. Whichever side of the political spectrum people have been, you know, paying tribute to him. I think today is very much about politics. It's returning to, if you like, you know, what happened in October when Lula won, and it's all about certainly his fans here today. I think tomorrow will be, you know, turning back towards Pelé and marking his passing, and that, of course, will be on the coast a good few hours from here. But it will be a kind of about turn, if you like. I think this is very much about the kind of a politics and a new beginning, and then Monday, of course, will be saying goodbye to Pelé.
Katie in Brazil, thank you very much. We look forward to hearing from you during the course of the next few hours as the ceremonies begin. Thank you. Katie Watson there, our correspondent in South America.